Jeff Keighley's Game Awards are right around the corner, and I personally am a big fan of this event. I know it gets a lot of flack for its sponsorships and its corny moments, but overall, I think it's a well-presented award show, and I love seeing developers get recognition and hearing their speeches. But one of the things that comes from this event is big world premieres, big announcements, big, things being shown off that we've never seen. And today, I wanted to do my predictions of what I think we'll see at the Game Awards 2018. But here's the thing, almost every single one of these predictions are huge predictions. Like, if they happened, it would be a pretty big deal. So these aren't smaller things. This isn't like a tease of some random indie game. This is full-blown announcements that I'm hoping that we'll see there. There's a pretty slim chance of all of them happening, but I think just a few of them would make the show into a really big deal. So I'm gonna jump right in. But one more thing, not all of this is necessarily Nintendo focused. So obviously this is Nintendo Enthusiast, but the Game Awards is everything. It's PlayStation, it's Xbox, Nintendo, PC. So I'm gonna have some Nintendo predictions, but a lot of it is also PS4, Xbox One. So let's jump on in. First up, it's been way too long since we've heard from Rocksteady Games, the developer behind the Batman Arkham games. And they've been working on something. Something is coming, we just don't know what. Is it in relation to the DC Universe? Is it a brand new IP? We have no idea. I personally think it is in the DC Universe. But they did confirm recently that they're not going to be at the show. And they told the truth in the past whenever they said they weren't going to be at E3. A lot of people said, you know, they're probably lying, they're going to be there. But they didn't, they weren't there. But honestly, I think they're lying this time. They have to have something to show off. It's been a long time since Batman Arkham. I think that came out in 2015. So it's been about 3 or 4 years now. And I'm ready. I'm ready to see what they're working on. I think they're lying. You know, like David Jaffe at the PlayStation conference way back in 2011 or something, he said he wasn't going to be there. He confirmed no David Jaffe, no Twisted Metal. But what ended up happening? Twisted Metal got shown off with David Jaffe on stage. So it's possible. I think Rocksteady are liars when it comes to this. I think they're going to be there and they're going to show off their next game. They said it's not Superman, but I personally think it might be Superman. I think they might be lying about both things, but if it's not Superman, I'm hoping it's in the DC Universe. Like, I love the Batman Arkham games, and I would love to see more characters in that universe more fleshed out, and I think they're working on something. Like, maybe, is it a Nightwing game? Is it a Robin game? Probably not, but I want to know, and I'm excited. Now, next up is Nintendo, and it's Bayonetta 3, a Nintendo Switch exclusive, which is just so awesome. I'm so proud of Nintendo doing this for the hardcore fans, because that franchise doesn't really sell that great, but I think it will on Switch, so I'm really excited for this next one. Bayonetta 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and Bayonetta 3, I'm sure, is going to be amazing. And I have a feeling they're going to really take advantage of what the Switch hardware can do. It's obviously a bit more powerful than the Wii U, and I think they're really going to get everything they can out of it with this game. And I'm excited. I think they're going to show off Bayonetta 3 gameplay. Last time we saw it was at the Game Awards last year, and it was just a tease. It just showed off, like a cinematic cutscene with a 3 and then Bayonetta. So I think this time they're gonna have gameplay of some sort, at least I hope, but all we can do is wait and see, and that's all I really got to say about that. And this next one is Nintendo once again, and it's Metroid Prime 4. We heard about this way back last year at E3, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong. And all we got was a logo, which is like, come on, give us something more than that. But they didn't. They gave us a logo, and then it's been like a year and a half now. We haven't heard anything or seen anything, no screenshots, not even much information, but apparently it's happening. I don't think it's being developed by Retro Studios, which is very weird, but I trust Nintendo. I think they're going to give us something really special. I'm just wondering what's Retro working on if they're not working on Metroid Prime 4. But anyway, I think this is going to be there, and I think it's not going to be gameplay, but I think it's going to be some type of tease of some sort. Like, that's what I really want out of it. I don't mind if it's not gameplay, but give us some type of story or like aesthetic, like setting of some sort. I want to know more about this game. And I think they're going to give it to us. They're going to give us Metroid Prime 4. I think it's coming out late next year, which would be a really big deal. Like, between everything Nintendo's doing lately, next year, like this year was kind of a drag. There wasn't that much, but next year is going to be huge. I mean, we got Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, the real Pokemon RPG. Like, it's going to be a big year. So I think that's going to happen. Now, next up is Death Stranding gameplay. PlayStation exclusive. Is it coming to PC? I honestly don't know. When they originally announced it, they said it was a console exclusive, but Sony's really, like, they're publishing it, so they've only been promoting it as a PS4 game, but I think it's also coming to PC. That's not important. Anyway, Death Stranding. We saw some really weird gameplay. I think it was the last Game Awards or maybe last E3. They didn't show us, like, anything except walking. It's not a walking simulator, at least I don't think so. what is the gameplay? Is it third-person shooter? Is it just sneaking around and like fighting people? We don't even know. What is this game? We don't know anything. So I think this time, Jeff Keighley and Kojima, they have a really close like friendship, and I think they're finally going to give us legit gameplay, not just, you know, Norman Reedus walking around a field holding a baby or something, like whatever he was doing. I think we're going to get legit third-person shooter gameplay. That's what I think this is, and I'm personally really excited for it because I never really got into the Metal Gear franchise, but I know everyone loves it, and I'm like, you know what, this is Kojima, it's his next big project, I'm in, it looks awesome, so I hope we see it, and I hope it's exactly what I want it to be, because right now, I do love the aesthetic of it, like how weird it is. Like, I'm a really big fan of that. It's just, we don't know anything about it, and it's time for them to tell us something. Now, it's been a long time since we've heard about the Dragon Age franchise. Of course, we got Dragon Age Inquisition, I believe, in 2014. It was the first Dragon Age game I played, and I loved it. I absolutely loved that game. Highly recommended. I believe it won the Game Awards in 2014, which is really crazy. Like, there's not really that much people that talk about this game, but obviously a lot of people loved it for it to win the Game Awards in 2014. Like, it's a great game. I think we're going to get a tease or gameplay of Dragon Age 4, and I think that's what they're going to call it. I think they're going to give it this, like, just a hard 4 instead of it being like Dragon Age Welcome to the Jungle or something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, I think it's going to be legit awesome. You know, when they first showed off Dragon Age Inquisition, it was a bit different. Like, they showed it off at this weird, like, press presentation. You can look up videos of it, and the way the gameplay was actually a lot different than it ended up being. It was more third-person action game and less, like, a tactical, like, further away camera than it ended up being. So I think they're going to go more along the route of a third-person action-adventure game, like Horizon Zero Dawn, honestly. That's what I think they're going to do. I think it's going to be awesome. There's not much else to say about that, and I only have one more prediction, and it's probably one of the biggest things that could come out of this event, and it's the Square Enix published Avengers game. Like, we know it's happening. It's being developed by Crystal Dynamics, which is one of my favorite developers of all time because of their two most recent games, I believe, the Tomb Raider reboot and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Love those games, and they helped out with Shadow of the Tomb Raider apparently, and I really like that one as well. So this Avengers game, so ambitious, similar to Insomniac's Spider-Man for PS4, except I believe this one will be multi-platform, which is also a big deal. So all you Xbox players can finally play a legit superhero game. We're not getting those crappy Activision games. Like, Activision, you had the rights to these games for so long, and you just shit out a bunch of crap. I'm excited to see what Crystal Dynamics has been doing, and I think it's going to be incredible. I hope it's not a super multiplayer focused game. I don't want it to be The Division. I don't want it to be Destiny. I want it to be more of a narrative driven action adventure game, which is pretty much my favorite genre, let's be honest. I don't mind if it's co-op. I think that'd be cool, but give us something like the Arkham games, like Insomniac's Spider-Man. That's what I want. That's what I think a lot of people want, but be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of all my predictions down in the comments section below. What do you think we're going to see at Jeff Keighley's 2018 Game Awards? He said they had more announcements this year than any previous year, which we've had some crazy stuff before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to do a live reaction, not live on YouTube, but I'm going to record my live reaction. And if we get anything crazy and my group of people's going nuts, I'll be sure to upload it to YouTube. But that's all I really got to say today, guys. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Once again, I'm Brett Medlock. I will talk to you guys later.